Good morning. 'Tis the season for colds and flu, and it is rough. I completely understand. So probably a week and a half ago, I ended up having the flu, or at least I'm pretty sure that's what it was, because it was definitely not the usual head cold, chest cold. It was the aches and pain of, just everything. And I just didn't want to move. So pretty sure, having the chills and whatnot. Yeah, it was crazy. So it is horrible. So I'm so sorry if you are struggling with that and going through that right now, but I definitely hope and pray that you are able to get over it as quick as possible in order to enjoy the holidays that are upcoming. But what I thought I would do is make a video on my regimen that I use or have used. I'm still using-ish. My voice still isn't back fully. Still have a little bit of congestion and whatnot, so still working on that, but definitely back within normal functioning parameters, So, excuse me. Anywho, so I will go ahead and show you guys what I ended up using daily, at least twice a day, morning and night, preferably 3 times a day, just to try to kick this stuff out of my body as quick as possible. So here is the majority of what I ended up using, and I will go through and individually let you guys know about each product and why I used it. All right, so let's just get started here. Starting off with our Vitamin D3. This is by Pure Encapsulations, and I will post links down below for all the products in case you guys are interested. So I actually prefer using this because it is a liquid, and it's so much easier just for myself and for my kids, even to administer. So I ramp up on this, again, disclaimer here, not a doctor, nurse, anybody with cool letters behind their name. So not trying to treat, prescribe, diagnose, etc. I do me, you do what's best for you. So, all right. So with this, I will go ahead and, if I'm going through something and I know I'm actually not getting outside, or even if I was getting outside, I'm still going to end up using this several, times a day, and excuse me, several drops as well. All right, so doing that. Next, this is Royal Jelly, Bee Pollen, and Propolis chewables. Now, all of those wonderful things are for boosting your immune system. This is a B&U brand, and on here it talks about what the Royal Jelly and the Bee Pollen and the Propolis is for. You guys are gonna have to excuse me. I'm so sorry. Okay, honestly, just keeping it real here. I have been doing a whole lot better, and going from practically voice gone, and then even the chest congestion gone. And then I had my girls' Christmas party last night, and I knew it was coming up, and I knew I was gonna do this, but I had a good amount of sugar. And what does sugar do that I've mentioned in other videos? Yeah, it impairs your immune system, and well, needless to say, it helps you to take a little bit longer to get over that cold. So yeah, if you're in the middle of something, just resist. And I had resisted up until that day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this party. So anywho, so that's why it's a little bit worse. So bear with me. I do apologize on my, congestion issue here, but I will try to make this as snappy as possible so you guys don't have to endure that. All right, so again, with Bee Propolis, these are chewables. Not the greatest tasting things. I mean, in the beginning, it's like, okay. But then after several days, you're like, this doesn't taste very good. They're just kind of like chalky little chewable tablets. But again, it's easy to take. And again, taking that like at least 2 times a day. All right, so next up, we've got a probiotic, which again, obviously is definitely necessary for everybody in the world. So this one is the Your Biology probiotic, giving it a try for a few months at least. Super simple. You take 1 capsule in the daytime, 1 capsule in the evening. All right, so next up we have Collagen. So I've actually switched to trying this one. I used to use the Perfect hydrolyzed collagen powder and add it to, you know, some of my fake coffee, which I will post a link on that. It's pretty neat, you know, just check it out, see what you think. But I was using that and it was fine, but I wanted to try and have a little bit more of a variety of something. So I decided to do a multi-collagen. This is the Primal Harvest brand, said to be pretty good. So now it's mainly a daily vitamin that I normally take, but I also wanted to end up taking it, you know, still, just to see if it would help with like aches and pains and you know, things in my joints and whatnot, because that was what was affected. So if it did help, not sure, but at least it's still something my body's using. All right, take my normal Astaxanthin. I had LASIK eye surgery back, gee, has it been a year? I think it's been a year. Yeah. So anyway, I can post a link to that too. Just, you know, the journey with that. It was amazing. It was great. Did a lot of research beforehand, and I wanted to make sure that I ended up having something that wasn't going to cause dry eye. And then it being winter time as well, I mean, and your eyes dry out normally, I figured, hey, I definitely need something. So after researching, I wanted to try the Astaxanthin. My first husband, Peter, who is a naturopath, had used this as well for his eyes and had good results on it. So check it out. All right, next up, elderberry. So with the elderberry, it is nice because it ends up being a liquid that you can just add to your, you know, cup. And I'll let you know everything that I end up putting in my cup liquid wise. But it's just something, you know, I used to make my own elderberry years ago and loved it. Then I got lazy. I'm sure my kids wish I would go back to making it, but this is just the quick thing. I can just take a dropper full, add it in, and it works really, really well. So, all right, so there's that. Mullein. I had to look up how to pronounce it again because I can never remember it. See, I keep wanting to say like Mullein or something, but it's Mullein. Mullein. Okay, I'll get it eventually. Capsules from Nature's Sunshine. Love, love, love the brand, and love this for anything chest related, chest congestion, you know, chest cough, just you name it. So this is your best lung herb. I mean, I don't think I've found anything better, to be honest. And honestly, if you do some research on it, I think you'll find different articles saying this is the best lung herb. So, so even though I didn't start out with a whole lot of anything in my chest wise, I just thought, you know what, I need to go ahead and get this and just start taking it and excuse me, to make sure that, you know, it wasn't going to turn into something else, because I know, you know, RSV is going around. I mean, sometimes with, you know, bronchitis, pneumonia, things like that, but this is wonderful. So, you know, again, just a couple of capsules a day, I think. Actually, no, 2 capsules with a meal twice daily. So yeah, definitely a helpful preventative as well as healer, you know, even if you're in the midst of something. All right, and so what I did, this isn't a norm for me, but I just kind of threw in a homeopathic. You guys can do some research on those. They work, you know, really, really well with your body. And so this is Genexa. Bad with pronouncing things, if you guys know me. It's a cold crush, so it's for congestion, cough, sore throat, runny nose, sneezing, etc. So just, you know, a couple chewables a day. I figured if it helps, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. It doesn't harm my body. So again, adding something into the regimen. Lastly, actually kind of not lastly, sorry, I lied. Okay. I do have Dandelion Tea. Now, I didn't take this as much as I probably should have. It is a great detoxer for your liver and kidney, kidneys, 2 kidneys, 1 liver. And if you end up taking this, you know, just drinking a cup or even 2 a day, I probably just stick to a cup personally. But again, research, figure out what you need. This will actually help, again, just moving different things in your body. A lot of people, you know, if you want to take, you know, different medications and make sure that your liver isn't, you know, getting backed up with everything that it has to filter, because, you know, everything is passing through it, to just kind of have that detox and make sure that, you know, your body's still utilizing what goes in there, but it will also help to keep things moving along and help you to try and heal up faster. So that's always a good thing to have. Again, I didn't take it as much as I should have, but it is really, really good. All right, I found these at my salvage store. They are EZC Pack D, physician strength immune support. It's got echinacea, zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin D, which again was pretty awesome. And all it is just, I'm gonna put that on there, 2 different capsules. So you take one from each side, and they have it where you can take it on more of a short-term, quick use, I guess, if you're, you know, going through something, or you can also kind of take it for, I believe it's like 2 weeks. So again, just having this, really, really great, you know, because it has everything in there. Echinacea, wonderful, wonderful cold herb, and of course the zinc as well, to add to that. So that was wonderful. So I had, you know, told my son, I'm like, buy them all. You know, so he brought a whole bunch of these. All right, so lastly, and these are not a norm for me. I wish I actually had the one that I used, but I like to kind of have effervescent tablets that I drop into, you know, a cup to drink that has, it's actually a superfood one. So it has all different, you know, fruits and vegetables and things like that, just for, you know, antioxidants and just, you know, all the things that are really good for your body that come from the fruits and vegetables. So I think it was at CVS and these were on sale. And so I couldn't kind of resist. I'm like, okay, I need to get something else. So I've got a Voost. There's a vitamin C, and then this one is a vitamin D. I don't necessarily like that it doesn't have, you know, either a stevia, or it doesn't even have to be sweetened for me. Yeah, I think it's got like sucralose. So again, not my fave, but you know, good, better, best. Some things can be better than nothing. So, you know, I like that it has, that it's just a tablet. I can drop it into, you know, even a water bottle, fill it up with water, sip on it throughout the day. And I'm still getting some really good vitamins. So that's really good. And I just remembered one other thing that I'm not sure I have. Oh, I do. Yay. Okay. So here's another thing that I had gone to my local salvage store and told my son to buy all of them. And then he came home. He's like, I bought most of them. I'm like, no, all of them, but that's okay. All right. So these are Feel Good. So yes, it looks like an energy drink shot thing, you know, like the 5-hour energy. It is not. It is immune support shot, vitamin A, C, D, B6, and B12, made with organic fruits and vegetables. Has a whole list of, I'm not going to read it all, but all of those fruits and vegetables. Okay. Yeah. So liquid, it doesn't taste too bad. You know, it's kind of like just chug it down in a few seconds. You know, even my husband didn't complain too much, and he doesn't really like taking a whole lot of things that don't taste good. So, anyway, so I would take these, you know, at least twice a day, just in order to get through this cold, you know. So that's pretty much, you know, my regimen, what I end up doing. And of course, actually I didn't add in my multivitamin. Definitely having some sort of multivitamin is super important. So I do have this. These I just take at night. So because it's just easier for me in the evening time to do it then, because I know I have food on my stomach already and whatnot, and then the morning I may or may not. So anywho, keep things super simple and super easy. I have bought and maybe it was from the dollar store, $1.25. I don't even know if they're calling it that anymore, but I bought these little containers, they make life easier. So, and if I could actually open this here. Okay, so all I do is I take this, and in the morning and in the evening, I put all of my capsules, you know, as I end up using them, you know, take out one capsule, put it into the container, and then I just put you know, actually sometimes I leave them out on the counter. If you need to leave your stuff out on the counter to remember to take it, do that. But I've gotten into such a regimen that I know what I'm pulling out the cabinet that I need. But yeah, so all of my capsules go in here, even my chewables and everything. And then I just end up filling up my cup that I love with my effervescent tablets. I think I said that right this time. And I also add in for myself like magnesium, which is good as well, even for, you know, just whole body health and, you know, all of your cells using it. So that's another thing. You gotta make sure you are eliminating out of your body. And if you're not, there's a problem. So magnesium's awesome for that. I know, yeah, talking about pooping. So it's a natural thing and it needs to happen. And especially when you are not well, you still wanna keep your system going. So it is huge. So ask any naturopath, you know, you talk about poop all day because it's important. So just being real. All right, so I think that is probably about it. Oh, one other super, super important thing, garlic. I love garlic. I know there's a lot of people who don't like garlic. I like garlic powder. I like fresh, well, not really fresh garlic, like fresh garlic, but I'll chop it up, put it into a pan with a little bit of coconut oil, and I'll just kind of saute it in there and then eat that. Now, a couple of days, I'm sure I had an ear infection because it was one of those swallowing that I was just feeling into my throat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this hurts really badly. So what I did was I would strain off that coconut oil out of the pan after I was done with the garlic, you know, and I kind of smash up a couple pieces to, you know, get all the goodness out of the garlic and into the coconut oil. And so I would strain it out, let it cool down just a little bit, and then lay down on the couch and then pour the oil into my ear just until it kind of filled up, you know. And then I would take a cotton ball and put it over just the opening of my ear and just lay there for about 10-15 minutes and let that kind of soak in. And then I would repeat it and do it on the other side. Now, on the days that I did it only on one side, I could feel the difference. I was like, oh, this one's good. This one's not. So again, it is super, super powerful and healing your body. And yes, you're going to smell like garlic the more that you take it. And I was taking it and using it for several days. It didn't bother me. I couldn't smell. So yeah. But I was feeling better, and that made all the difference. I didn't have to go to the walk-in. I didn't have to get an antibiotic, you know, to clear up, you know, ear pain. I mean, it was super helpful, you know, in just a short amount of time. So that is huge. If you are able to take that, wonderful. Do be careful. It is a blood thinner. So if you're not eating enough to kind of balance out the amount of garlic, and you don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to eat a whole like bulb or something. No. I usually split it up, you know, with my kids. My kids love garlic too, you know, except for the baby. She does not like garlic. Excuse me. Then, you know, I just take a small amount, use an amount for your ear. But that really, really helped me to just push through, and day by day, I was better, little by little. Use a humidifier or even a diffuser with some essential oils in it. Look up some different blends, you know, or things that you can drop in there that will help respiratory wise, cold wise. You know, again, I know wintertime it's, you know, dry air and you don't want that, you know, especially for your chest. Rice socks, that's another thing. So, you know, just putting regular white rice into a thick, I'd say like a thermal kind of sock. I mean, obviously I don't want something that's super holey. And then just knotting off the end, you know, I'll try and find a link for just a super simple way to make one, you know, on somebody's blog. And then just pop that in the microwave for a few minutes, let it cool down, and then just putting that on your chest. And that allows for the warm, moist heat that is so, so needed when you're trying to get well and get over something. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I cannot believe I forgot one of the most important supplements that I take when I'm sick. but I know why I forgot it. It's because it's not in my regular supplement cabinet, just because I had to put it in a different container. So there's my excuse. All right. Vitamin C. So yeah, it's in my spaghetti. We get our local spaghetti. My husband loves a place called Polly's, and yeah, they come in these wonderful reusable tubs. And let me tell you, when you got kids and you need to have storage, Tupperware kind of thing, these are it. So total tangent. Vitamin C. All right. So I had actually ordered this from Amazon, and it just came in kind of like a brown paper sack. And it was vitamin C in bulk. I'll link it down below. But it wasn't conducive to me kind of getting a scoop in there and, getting out easily every time I needed it. So I put it in this container. I have a scoop in there, and I usually end up, I wish I could tell you how many grams, but it's bitter, which is good because it's not supposed to be something sweet and wonderful. It's not going to taste the greatest. So I definitely add stevia, but I will put that also in my cup, along with, my liquid supplements like the magnesium and the elderberry and the effervescent, just the tablet thing, that dissolves in the water. And, so sometimes I'll do half a scoop. If I can stand doing a scoop, I will do that and just kind of chug it down, and definitely doing that a few times a day, because that vitamin C, ramping it up, is just going to be amazing. If I could do an intravenous vitamin C, then yeah, that would be great. I've seen the results of that, and it works really well, but can't exactly do that. So again, definitely adding that to the regimen. I'm so sorry, I completely forgot about that. This is the majority of what I did. And again, like I said, avoiding sugar. Yeah. Avoiding sugar to avoid setbacks in your healing process. I know it's tough, but again, it'll always be there. It will, seriously. So, but yeah, try and eat a healthful diet, get in the fruits and vegetables. I did a bunch of oranges, shakes, like frozen fruit shakes. My kids kind of got me turned on to that, and I was like, oh wow, this is really, really good. So, add a little bit of stevia. I used water, but sometimes my kids use almond milk, just to blend things. I found that mango, dark cherries, and blueberries, amazing. So yeah, give it a try. Let me know what you think. All right, I have kept you guys on here long enough, but hopefully you guys have come across something that might be helpful for you. Again, I will post down below the links to everything. If I can't find something, I'll just at least list it, what it is, so you guys can research and try it out and find it on your own. These are all really good staples just to have on hand, in case of anything. A lot of things, like I can give my kids magnesium. I can give them the D3 drops. I can, give them the elderberry. I can even give them these lovely little fruit and vegetable shots, and the effervescent tablets. Again, the kind that I use is just more of a super food fruit thing, and it doesn't have like the not as good sugar, I'll say. So there are a lot of things that I can still give them, that, will be helpful to them. So, just a way to do your best to get over whatever it is that you have, get through it, as quick as possible. So here's to your health and wellness, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and catch you next time. Bye.